Hello Pisces, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Pisces, let's jump on in. We're going to start with overall energy through oracle cards first, and then we'll dive deeper into your story with tarot as we progress. So let's start looking at your recent past. Oh, goodness. Overall energy for Pisces recent past. A time for healing. Your past energy feels a little hermit mode-ish. Doing just a lot of reflecting, a lot of, and you have a new start is coming, a lot of processing. Obviously, yes, healing is kind of the overall word for that. And I feel ultimately as if this energy is all about closing out some sort of a cycle, whether that's a cycle in a relationship or in a path or in a job or whatever the case might be. I feel as if this was definitely a time of working through a lot of the things that kept you stuck in some sort of a cycle or in some sort of a lack. Now, to you, there might be a lot of frustration in this energy because it just feels like you're not getting anywhere. But I feel as if this period was a lot, it was like so much about processing. That's what I feel it comes down to. Processing emotions, processing an experience, processing an ending. And it doesn't mean that necessarily that's all you were doing. But I do feel that that was very much and has been very much a theme for you. And it feels as if now you're in this energy. I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I'm channeling, right? I feel like now you're kind of coming out of this energy and you're ready to, like, coming out of the cocoon almost, and you're ready to start exploring. And maybe you're not fully there yet, and that's okay. You know, starting to take steps forward, starting to rebuild. I think that, well, let's just see. I'm getting ahead of myself. Current energy here for Pisces. Your hard work is paying off. And I feel that that's what you don't feel like. Yeah, because then you have conclusions are within reach. So you're in an in-between phase. You're in the in-between of closing out something and starting something new. So you're starting to break out of that cocoon. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel kind of energy. And I feel like it's been extremely heavy. I feel like the energy around you has been very heavy. It's been very thick. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. But I feel as if it's starting to get lighter, as if some of the things are starting to clear out. Some of the heaviness is starting to lift, almost like things have been really foggy and overwhelming and just almost emotionally exhausting for a while. But I feel that you're starting to come out of it. And maybe you don't feel that yet, but I do in this energy. I'm feeling that energy is starting to shift. And this is definitely for a Pisces collective that has been putting in the work when it comes to your healing. You haven't just been sitting by doing nothing. You've been working on the processing, working on your healing, working through the emotions. And I feel because of that, you're going to see things change and shift here. What does Pisces need to know moving forward? I do feel like you're closing out a very difficult cycle, but you're also, because of the healing that you're doing, and you know, because every cycle holds some sort of experience, healing, growth, expansion. And if you're focusing on those things, which again, I do feel like I'm speaking to a collective who is, you're going to come out on the other side of that more aligned with better things. And I don't want to, glorify difficult situations, but I do feel that in this instance, there is a purpose for the things that you're going through, and you're going to find yourself in a better position at the end of this than you would have been if you hadn't have gone through this at all. What does Pisces need to know moving forward? Communication is key. Interesting. So this is about authenticity, because I'm getting throat chakra vibes with this. It's almost as if you're coming into an energy of being more connected with yourself than you ever really have been, more connected with your needs, with your desires, with your confidence. And it's interesting because I feel like you're coming out of a period where you feel like you almost maybe lost yourself a little bit. You maybe lost that connection to your needs. You lost your confidence. Your light was dimmed through this cycle, but it feels like you're coming out of this more connected. And I think that that's that can be the beauty of our healing, is in the moment it's difficult and it's painful and it's dark, but we don't realize is it's cracking us open to more light. It's cracking us open to that deeper connection, because then you also have your dreams need a practical plan. So it's almost like it's opening you up to be able to experience more in your life, out of love, out of success and abundance, whatever, resonates with you. And then you're very close to achieving your goal here. So I feel as if you're in the middle of things shifting. So things haven't fully shifted. You're still kind of feeling this old energy, this heaviness, but I feel like you're also starting to feel, maybe see the light or feel things lifting in a way. Overall theme of this reading for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? Death, literally, the death of a cycle. Death is all about transformation, and I think that the death card often has like a negative connotation to it, but I don't see the death card as a bad thing. I mean, it doesn't mean that yes, sometimes it comes with grief, sometimes it comes with a lot of heaviness and a lot to process, but it always opens up to new. The death of one thing becomes the blooming of something beautiful. And I feel like you're in between, like you've been going through this death, maybe even think like ego death, or maybe even the death of a part of you or of a relationship, but ultimately it's of a cycle. It's of a version of you and of your life that you no longer align with. And that allows you to step into a very, honestly exciting new beginning here. And I'm not saying that it's been easy. In fact, I feel like it's quite the opposite, but I feel as if the way that you've handled this, and the way that you've literally new moon, the way that you've handled this, and the way that you have, you've embraced the healing and the growth and the expansion that's come with this, you're setting yourself up for a brand new experiences here, experiences that expand past the ones you've had so far. Because think of it this way. Cycles are here to push us, right, to heal, to grow. So when we face certain cycles in our life, we have lessons to learn. We have healing to do. We have experiences that have to happen in order for our elevation, our expansion. And when we do those things, when we focus on those aspects, we no longer need those cycles, right? So if we're willing to learn from the things that we go through, then we close out those experiences and we open up our heart, our mind, our soul to new ones. Because these things, we don't need them in our life. We don't need these experiences because we don't need those lessons. We've learned what we've needed to. We've healed what we've needed to. It's almost like it allows us to level up. And that's what you're experiencing right now, is that in-between phase of closing out something new and opening up, or excuse me, closing out something old and opening up to something new, which is why I feel like you have the death and the new moon. You know, new moon is all about new energy, new cycles, new experiences, and that newness, I feel you're starting to, is starting to find its way into your life. So allow yourself to be where you're at, because you're in this moment for a reason. Every single ounce of healing that you do, every single lesson that you learn, every single moment that you're in, this period that you're in, it's happening for a reason, but not to punish you, not to make it, you know, not to make your life miserable and hard for no reason, but to help you open up to your light, to your potential, to the beauty that that awaits you. So with that being said, let's look at this past energy here for you, Pisces. A new start is coming, the time for healing. What does Pisces need to know about what they've been dealing with? Before I started this reading, before I actually start the reading, start channeling, I start to get an idea of what kind of energy I'm about to jump into. And I literally, didn't I say hermit? I said hermit. And what I feel in your energy is a lot of stress about where you're headed, especially because when we close out cycles where, you know, there's so much in the unknown, we become comfortable with the way that things are, or excuse me, the way that things have been. And even if those experiences needed to end, or these cycles needed to end, like we recognize that it's a good thing, it doesn't mean that it's not hard, because we're still very unsure about where we're headed, about what our life is going to look like, what to expect. And that's completely normal and natural. And I felt that at the very beginning, that there's a lot of fear about where you're headed. And I feel like one of the things that Spirit wants to make very known in this reading is that where you're going, these new cycles hold more potential for good feelings and experiences than the ones that you're closing out, which is the whole point, right? We heal, we grow, we evolve, we expand, which opens us up to more abundance, more peace, more freedom, more good feelings. So I feel like it's like, of course you're nervous, right? There's a lot that's unknown. You've never been in this cycle before. You've been existing in these cycles. And I feel like you've put in so much work. I mean, literally, I said I felt like this was hermit mode energy. You have the hermit and you have the Four of Swords. This is all about inner reflection. This is about solitude. This is about taking time to really step back from your experiences, a lot of processing. The Knight of Wands in reverse is kind of this energy of being really closed off. And I feel like that was necessary for you, almost as if there was no trying to move forward. There was no rebuilding. There was no, it was just sitting in it. You were sitting in this energy, in the emotions of it all, and the heaviness of it all. And I don't want you to think that that is a bad thing. Sometimes a lot of what healing is feeling, is being in the energy of just processing your emotions, thinking it through, you know, allowing yourself to experience all that comes with it. And eventually you process enough where you're like, okay, I've released these experiences from my mind, my body, my spirit. I've learned what I've needed to, because that's what exists underneath the processing, is the lessons and the wisdom and the insights. And I feel like you've grown and gained so much, Pisces, more than you even realize too. And I think that that's why you need to have a little bit more confidence in yourself and where you're headed, because you have evolved so much more than I think that you even know. It's kind of like you're stepping into a brand new version of you. And this version of you is more powerful, more connected, more aligned, more confident, more sure of themselves. And I think that what you don't realize is you wouldn't be this person that you're stepping into if you hadn't gone through the things that you did. And that doesn't mean you should just be overwhelmingly grateful for all the difficult things you've been through, okay? Again, we don't glorify our pain or our trauma or our difficult experiences, but we certainly can find light in them. And I think that that's a lot of what this is about. All right, what does Pisces need to know about their current energy? So yeah, a lot of processing. I called it, I said hermit mode. And then seeing the hermit with the Four of Swords just confirms that yeah, you've been in this energy of healing, working through a lot, I feel. Current energy for Pisces. It's a very intense journey that you've been on, but look at this. 8 of Swords in reverse. This is my favorite card in tarot, and I'll explain why in just a second. Oh, Pisces, this energy has me so excited for you. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. We're feeling pretty unsecure, and I think that that's the thing. There's so much up in the air for you right now. There's so much changing and uncertainty, and I think that what is trying to come through in this is that that's a good thing. It's almost like you have this clean slate. You have this ability to rebuild in a way that is more aligned with you and what you deserve, and again, your confidence and your power. Okay. So I talked about, it's the King of Pentacles in reverse too. That's so interesting. Why are both of these here? What is this trying to represent? Hang on. Oh, unpredictability. It's like, because the King of Pentacles in reverse is this energy of circumstances, like worrying too much about material circumstances, which is a very human thing to do, right? You're a human being. You got to survive. You got to have money. You got to have a roof over your head. So, of course, you're worrying about those things. But I feel like Spirit is letting you know that you're more taken care of than you think that you are. Like the things that you're feeling unsecure about, those things are being taken care of, and you might not know how or in what way, but I feel as if you're going to watch things unfold in a very natural and almost easy way. It doesn't mean it's going to feel easy, because again, your human brain doesn't like the unknown and the unpredictability, so it might not feel easy, but I feel as if it's going to actually, like, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, okay, wow, everything really unfolded. Like, I had the money when I needed to, and that opportunity appeared when I needed it to, and things just kind of unfolded very naturally. This 8 of Swords in reverse is my favorite card in tarot because it's all about freedom. It's breaking free of a limited reality created by limiting beliefs. And I feel as if it's like you've been in this cocoon, right? You've been in this cocoon and you've been processing and you've been, doing all this healing, and it's like it's taught you, I don't have to settle. I have more confidence than I ever really have. I know my worth. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I bring to the table. And now with this newfound energy that you're starting to embody, your experiences are going to shift and change because the energy you're bringing into your life is so different. And it's like, yes, you've been putting in a lot of work and you maybe haven't seen the results yet, but it's because I feel as if the majority of the work that you've been doing has been this inner work, breaking free of beliefs and understanding why certain things had to close out. And it just feels like what you don't see yet is the payoff of that. But that's what is coming. And I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to know is being taken care of, especially with this Page of Pentacles. It kind of feels as if there are opportunities that you're almost being set up for here. And they're more aligned. And I said this, with this communication is key, I said this is kind of giving this throat chakra energy, because throat chakra energy is all about, authenticity, right? And it's almost as if now you're more connected to who you are and what you want. And you saw how these things didn't work in the past. So now it's like you have this confidence to go, well, I'm going to go after the things that I really want now. I don't know. It's really interesting how much you've changed and transformed, because your energy from back here to where I'm tapping into now, like in this view, it's totally different. It's like if I could put it into words, and I'm not saying this is exactly who you are, like what you're experiencing, but it's like this is like shy and timid and people pleasing and allowing people to walk all over you. And I'm not saying that's exactly what you did, okay, but I'm just trying to put the energy into words. And then this is confident and certain and boundary setting, I know what I'm worth and I'm not going to take any shit kind of energy. And it's not from a place, it's not rigid, it's not angry, it's not rough around the edges kind of energy. It's with love. It's I've been through too much and I have overcome way too much to let somebody mess my peace up, to let somebody take, you know, these things that I know that I'm worth and deserving of. And it's like this energy that you're embodying, or you're moving into, this confidence that you're moving into, this, you would never be this person if you hadn't gone through the things that you did. Now, you're in the middle of this right now, so you might not fully feel this way, and that's okay. It takes time, but you're getting there. You're getting there. It's like you're starting to break out of that cocoon, like I said. All right, what does Pisces need to know about their future energy? Your dreams need a practical plan. Communication is key. There's the communication is, again, Page of Swords, all about communication, right? And I feel like this is communication in a, because again, Page of Swords to me does give authenticity. It gives this energy of being very connected to your essentially like true self, if you will, not being afraid to express that, and to be open and honest about who you are and what you need and what you desire, like almost being unapologetic about what you want, unapologetic about the fact that you have needs, unapologetic about what you expect from others, from a job, like from a situation. Unapologetic, that's a good word. Because yeah, it's like you've spent too long playing it small, holding yourself back, shying away from certain things. And I feel like you've been in you know, certain cycles that have held you back from what you want for so long, that this energy that you're stepping into is I'm done settling. I am done dealing with people who refuse to treat me like I deserve. I'm done letting people walk all over me or disrespect me or whatever the case is. It's really powerful, but it's in like it's, again, I coming back to what I said, it's not in like a screw the world kind of way. It's in a compassionate kind of way where you're here to love and to give and to, you know, experience all of the wonderful things that this world has to offer, but you also know your worth. You know what you deserve. You know what you bring to the table. And you saw what second guessing that, you know, got you in the past, and there's this energy of I'm not doing that. I'm not second guessing my worth anymore. Here's the thing though. I feel like some of this energy might be put to the test, because we don't close out cycles until we face the option to repeat it and we choose not to. Three of Swords in reverse, because the Three of Swords in reverse is all about healing. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like this healing gets you to this place where you're like, I'm not going back. Like, how can I describe this? I'm not saying that this is what has happened, okay? This is just an explanation of the energy. It's like you were in a relationship where you were being treated poorly, where this person wasn't seeing your worth, wasn't treating you like you deserve. And you get out of that, all right? Whatever happens, they leave you, you leave them, whatever happens. And you spend this time healing, and you heal everything that comes in, you know, along with this, the wounds that you carry that led you into certain cycles, all of these things. And you come out the other side and you're feeling powerful and you're feeling certain of who you are. And this person comes back and they're like, oh, you know, let's try again. And you're like, no. I'm not doing that. I know my worth now enough to know that like you can't provide me with the love, the time, the energy, the respect that I deserve. And I'm not going to allow you back into my heart, my mind, my body, and my soul because you did not treat it appropriately. And I am now treating me appropriately, so I'm not going to allow myself to go back there. And that's the energy that you're embodying in this future. And that's what fully closes and shifts things. It's the watching your healing pay off, because the decisions that you're making are different. And that closes out cycles for good, because that's one thing that I've learned. A cycle doesn't close when we leave a relationship or when we walk away from a certain path. A cycle closes when we have an opportunity to repeat that cycle and we choose not to. And that's the hard part, right? So yeah, I do feel like there's a need to be very aware as you move forward. And that's why I feel like you have this communication is key. And the authenticity comes up is like, be unapologetic. You have been through too much, Pisces. You have healed too much. You've grown too much. You've evolved. You have been through too much. You have come too far to go back. To go back to what put you in this position in the first place. I think you know that. I feel like this is just kind of doubling down on that. All right, I'm going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to dive deeper into these messages, looking at what you need to do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. Any information for that is in the description box below. Thank you again, and I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Pisces.